Hey, teenagers, young people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning into these episodes again and again and again and again. Remember, I keep saying this. If you are led to, if there is any friend who's struggling, please send them some of these episodes. Send them some of these links. Let it be a blessing to them. Lovely, lovely talking to you, okay? I enjoy talking to you. I wish you were right here in the studio that I would talk to you, but this is a beautiful platform through which I'm able to connect with. We are talking about a topic, you remember the 3 new topics that we talked about, the primal wounds of the heart, the cynicism of the mind, and now we are talking about the paralysis of the will, right? Now I'm going to say something very, very interesting. The paralysis of the will doesn't have to be a journey which is forgotten and left out. No, it could be a learning journey. Now, 2 questions you have to ask in the paralysis of the will, meaning when you make mistakes and you don't have the will to overcome and you fall and you fail. 2 questions that you need to ask. Am I learning through this? Am I changing through this? 2 good questions to ask. Am I learning through this? Am I changing through this? See, every one of the plays of paralysis of the will where you make mistakes, you don't have the will to overcome or do something good or something right, you do something wrong, there's a paralysis of the will. You need to ask that question, am I learning through this? How can I change? Next time, how I not fall into this? How can I have some of those support system in my life? I'm talking about relationships or familial relationships. How can I have some of those support system? Am I learning through this? The second thing is, am I changing through this? It's not about falling. Young people, it's not about falling. It's about you learning and getting up. It's about you learning and getting up. If you're on a highways and you've fallen down in the middle of the highways, you can't fall down and say, oh my God, I've fallen down. No, you have to get up and walk. Somebody's going to say, get up and walk. There's a big truck coming in, get up and walk. Somebody's going to help you get up and move forward because the truck is going to come and hit you. Am I learning through this? The second question, what's the second question? Am I changing through this? Every one of those downfalls, every one of those mistakes doesn't have to be mistakes that will pull you down. You heard me right? That's right. It doesn't have to be something that will pull you down. No, you can actually change through that journey and it can pull you up. It can lift you up. It can push you up. It doesn't have to be a journey. So what does it all boil down to? It all boils down to your choice, your response. Really? The paralysis of the will, it all boils down to your response. Is it going to be your will to overcome or you won't overcome? I'll say that again. Is it your will to overcome or you won't overcome? What's going to be your choices? I want to say this, young people. A lot of young people have made mistakes. But I've seen many people take up that courage and move forward. And God always helps. Your Heavenly Father always helps. Remember that. But there are also a lot of young people who won't change, who won't respond rightly. Then the paralysis of the will is going to really, really pull you down. It's going to snuff you out. It's going to take away that oil, it's like a small wick, dipped in the oil, and it's a small thread that's burning very, very dimly. If you don't change through this or learn through this, even that small little flame that is there, it's going to be snubbed out. Oh, that's right. It's going to be snubbed out. Watch out. This is where when you fall, that little flame that's burning, you may have to guard that and, just very carefully guard that, not blow it out. Carefully guard it. It's like you make that barbecue, right? When you make that barbecue, you want that little fire and you want to go, oh my goodness, the little fire, let's just blow it and just, rekindle it. That's exactly is the statement, is the word that I was wanting to use. Rekindle your flame through this journey of the paralysis of your will. What? I thought you will say something negative. No, it doesn't have to be negative. The paralysis of the will, you can use your paralysis of the will journey, paralysis of the will experiences to rekindle your flame. Absolutely. You can use it to rekindle your flame. Remember that. You can use it to rekindle your flame. I leave you with this journey of this lovely, lovely boy. Maybe two boys. One boy in one of the country that I had gone, and I was doing this camp, and during the course of the camp, this boy came and talked with me. I counseled him, and I know he had made a lot of mistakes, horrible mistakes he had made. And as I talked with him, he came to a place of surrender and saying, I'm going to surrender to my Heavenly Father, and He has a plan for me, and I want to do things right. At the same camp, I had another boy who came up to me and began to complain about his circumstances, and that's why he was making mistakes, and that's why he was falling, and that's why he was making all these big mistakes, and it's because of the circumstances. And I just said, you can't keep blaming the circumstances. You can't keep blaming the people. It's your response. You're using it. At one point I had to say, he came to me almost for 3-4 times counseling during that camp. And I told him at one point, I had to tell him and say, you're using your circumstances as an excuse to do what you want to do. Yeah, you just want to do what you want to do. That's how there are a lot of young people like that. They just want to do what they want to do. And they just find some excuse to do whatever they want to do. Hey, I'm not talking about you all, okay? Yeah, don't look at me like that. You're all amazing. You're just amazing. You will learn through your journey. Remember the two statements. Am I changing through this? Am I learning through this? It's an important journey. Paralysis of the will doesn't have to pull you down and snub you out. No. Paralysis of the will, if you take that journey very seriously, it can rekindle that flame that can push you up. Yeah, it can rekindle your flame. Don't lose your flame. You're all very precious, and you're all just amazing. So there's two boys that I talked about. One boy is right now as a doctor in that other country, and he sent me a message recently. He's getting married. He sent me a message and said, George uncle, you remember in that camp that I came in, I was in a pathetic state and what I did and things like that, but you made one statement. He just said, one of the first statement you said after I shared about all of the different things that I did, you looked at me and he said, oh, that's okay. Life, we can always move on with life. We can always change. He said, I didn't expect you to say that. I didn't expect you to say that. Young people, teenagers, every time you fail and fall, you're in that paralysis of the will, you make a mistake. This is exactly what God is saying. Get up, my boy. Get up, my girl. It's not the biggest of the mistakes. I've seen much worse. Don't worry about it. Get up, get up, get up, get up. I died for you, and I've redeemed you. Just wake up. Just get up. I want to help you. Wake up. Get up, get up, get up. Don't sit there in that discouragement. Don't sit there. So remember the two questions. Am I changing through this? Am I learning through this? Don't give up on your life, young people. You're very, very precious. No matter how many times you fall, don't give up. Get up. Get up. Wake up. Don't sit there in that place of spiritual drowsiness. Right? You sit there, oh, I'm bad, I'm terrible. Wake up, wake up. Change your life. It's in your hands. It's your response. Either it's your will or you won't. What's your choice? Lovely talking to you. God bless you. I'll see you in the next episode.